Okay, with all these details, you need inspection. Without inspection, you don't have peace of mind. And inspection, I guess, need to be done in good faith. How are you going to inspect yourself, your company, and how others inspect you?
Well, when the order comes in, we have, as far as the plans and the paperwork that gets put together, the engineering tech is going to generate the initial plans and the paperwork. His team leader will then go back and check it through completely. From an engineering standpoint, the projects that I do that do not require engineering seals, a lot of that check comes from the engineering tech himself, in that something is a little different here. This isn't what I normally see. After you see enough of them, and then the team leader will also see that. So you have kind of a double check there. When it comes time to put an actual engineering seal on the project, then if it's one, then I'll either check another engineer that's done the project that I'm sealing, where he's working under my supervision, or if I'm not licensed in the state, or like in the case here of Illinois where they need a structural, which I'm not, then the structural engineer that's in our company will review my work, and I will work underneath his supervision. So that's the paperwork side of things. From the manufacturing side, there is a third-party inspection that comes through and will inspect our manufacturing procedures on our trusses to make sure those are built. Once you get it shipped, then as it's getting built, then you have your code inspectors out there in the localities that are going to come through and take a look at things. Plus, you have most the construction folks, the general contractors, generally have some kind of in-house inspection, either a construction supervisor or the on-site person. Larger projects may actually have, the owner may have actually hired an engineer of record to supervise that the project is being built according to the specifications and according to plans, whether it be an engineer or an architect.
Okay. Well, let me move into money.
Okay.
You have to be paid unless you are working for no profit.
Right.
How this payment thing goes with this type of...
Well, it's a little easier on our end. On our end, we look at the order is, the building is ordered, and there's it's a final price by the time we get it, so it's one block number. You put on the tax, you put on the freight, and once the building ships, we bill our builder for the entire amount. And so if he runs into weather, can't get it built, it's still sitting on the ground, he still has to pay for that from our end. From a construction side, from an owner standpoint, many times you're going to find, a previous company I worked for was similar to our builders in that you stage the payments. You may have a down payment at the time of the order, just to make sure that there's enough to cover some of that work that you're going to do initially for design, for the planning, the permitting. Then you'll have another payment made when some of the building's delivered, and you'll have another payment staged across concrete, certain identifiable steps that the owner can readily see has been accomplished. So the previous company I worked for, we would make a payment, down payment. We would have another payment when trusses arrived. We would have another down payment when the columns were set, because you got all your columns up in the air. Yeah. We had another payment done when the roof steel was on, because then most of your metal was on. And then you have the final payment is usually reserved to the point where you do the final walkthrough. The construction supervisor, the original salesman, the project manager, somebody's in charge of going with the customer, and they generally, this is after everything's, as far as we know, everything's done. And they're going to walk with the customer, and they're going to basically, here's your doors, here's your operators, this is where we got your gutters, and let the customer kind of take a look around, and if he's got any questions, any concerns, whether it be, and then you kind of look for, missing screws, is the operator hooked up to open the door on the overhead door opener, some of those things, and you create your punch list. And then once the punch list is done, then everything's pretty well settled out and finalized.
These stages of payments, when the columns go up and all this stages, are agreed to in the contract?
Yes, because they're all highly variable. It's based on the preference of the builder. And so it will be spelled out from the initial contract. The initial contract that the owner will see should include the owner's contract that he's going to sign. It should include the basics the width, length, and height of the building. Should include some kind of indication of where the doors are, what size the doors are. It should include what is the building designed for? How much roof snow can it hold? How much wind will it withstand? Then it would identify, in your larger cities, metropolitan areas, the general contractor will probably carry builder's risk insurance. As you move out into the rural areas, the contract may specify that the owner carry builder's risk insurance, which would mean if the building comes down under construction through a thunderstorm or a tornado or something, then you have to decide which insurance company is going to pay to put that back up. And then it would also include the payment terms, when the payments are to be made, in what form. Some folks will extend credit for give a discount if it's paid within 10 days. Some will pay at the end of the month. Some will pay on delivery.
Are you subject to any retainage, meaning you spend this amount to build up to this stage, and you are not paid 100% of your expenditure? You just they retain some money for.
Well, that's where from the owner's relationship with the builder. That's what the staging of the payments is supposed to do. You would establish your payment steps slightly ahead of what you're actually having to purchase or having to put together or pay the crews to do.
So Lister is not or is affected. I mean, you have.
We're generally not, because we're going to simply we have it set up. That's one of the things the builder agreed to when
he covered this.
That he will pay. He gets a discount if he pays within 10 days, and he pays within full within 30 days. The entire amount of the project is shipped. The builder has the option of, once an order comes in, we assume that we're going to ship the project and we're going to build the project. Now, occasionally we will have some pricing breaks where if you order the building by the end of the month, you get an extra 10% discount. And that brings in some work for us when we've got a slow time, keeps the plant operating. And so sometimes the builder will bring that in, and he's not quite got the permit yet from the local municipality, or the bank hasn't quite given the owner the loan to pay the builder yet. Mm-hmm. So there they will do what we call a fab hold, which means we will...
Fab hold?
Fab hold stands for fabrication hold.
Okay.
We will do the engineering, we'll do the drawings, we'll make the lists. We will not purchase any materials, and we will not manufacture any materials until they send us the written notification that everything's clear and ready to go. So if the project's ready to go, then we proceed, and we just take all this, we just flip the toggle the confirmed to purchase in the computer, and we toggle the pending to released for the shop folks in the computer, and away it goes. Say the bank suddenly does decide to yank the loan for the owner, and the owner says, well, I can't do that. Then the builder is simply out the time we were invested in the design phase, of the time it took to draw the drawings and do the engineering.
Very good. Well, we don't have commercials, but I think we can get some rest now, and we'll come back to the next segment.